Hello everybody and welcome to the CVSR show. I am your host Jason Phillips. A few weeks ago the CIF ordered a dead period from January 19th through the 28th that prohibited throwing from a mound for all pitchers here for the high school area. That includes baseball and softball. While in theory this might sound like a proactive way of protecting the players and addressing concerns over the wave of recent stories regarding Tommy John surgeries, many local coaches, players, and parents were not too thrilled. With the season getting underway in mid-February, the new rule limits players to about a 10-day window to some teams to get ready, and a lot of people don't think that's enough time to condition the players for the upcoming season. After all, it's common practice in upper levels that pitchers and catchers report earlier than the rest of the team. Many former and current coaches have expressed concern that this new rule will result in even more injuries due to the lack of conditioning and preparation heading into live competition. And it's even more absurd in softball to worry about safety and arm fatigue since it doesn't put the same kind of stress on your arm that baseball does. The CIF's counter that players are playing all season long and the rule is necessary to protect players from overzealous coaches and, I hate to say it, parents that are pushing the kids too hard. We want to know what you think. Is the new CIF imposed dead period good or bad for baseball and or softball? Hit us up on Twitter using hashtag CIFBaseballRule and let us know. And now on to the show, and we're talking basketball today. We've got a couple guests from the Buchanan Bears girls varsity team. We got the coach, Cooper Steele, and we got the girls. But first, it's Cooper Steele. Come on out, Coop. How's it going, my man? How you doing today? Thanks for being with us. Go ahead and have a seat. All right, Coop, second year coaching girls varsity volleyball or basketball at Buchanan. How's it going, man?
It's going well. Really enjoy my team. Enjoy everything about it. Get to coach at my school that I went to.
That's right. You played.
I played at Buchanan. Yeah. One of my assistant coaches actually coached me at Buchanan for a while, Lee Mayberry. So I'm having a great time.
Now you have a really young team, but you guys are trying to hang in there in some tough competition. But this is going to pay dividends, in the next couple of years, right?
Absolutely. Yeah. We start a freshman, 2 sophomores, and a junior. Mm-hmm. Our 6th man's a freshman. And we keep their expectations very high. We don't treat them like freshmen or sophomores. They're treated like seniors, and they're expected to perform at a very high level.
And they're handling it pretty well.
They're handling it very well, yes.
Now, one of those underclassmen, Jenna Mayberry, she's now your own lone point guard, and she didn't play point guard for a while, right?
No, she never really has. Janae kind of stepped up. Our 2-year returning varsity point guard had a knee injury, so we had to look to go another way. So Janae has really stepped up, and again, her expectation is that of a 4-year starter,
right?
Even though this is really her first year playing point guard. So we're proud of her, and she's improving quite a bit.
Now, if there's success to be found at the Buchanan, gym, it's you, it's the girls, but you got some assistants that you want to talk about that have come in and kind of helped the program.
Yeah. I think my assistants are the absolute best. Mavis Washington, I think, has more experience and knowledge than any other coach in the Valley. I really do. Like I said, I played for Lee Mayberry. He was my JV coach, and to get his opinion of someone I respected that much, I get to go down to the end of the bench and ask him what he thinks. Makes my job a lot easier. And then we just were able to add Taylor Thompson, Fresno State legend.
That's right, former Fresno State
Yeah,
player.
she was awesome at Fresno State. So for the girls to have someone like her to look up to and be a role model really helps.
Now, Craig Campbell's got such a great, team over there at Clovis West. Man, do you see your girls eventually getting to that point to play with them and take them down?
We do, yeah. We're going to keep grinding. We look at them every time we play and we think we're going to win. We're going to keep grinding away, and I think we're going to catch them.
All right, man. Now, what's going on outside the basketball gym with you, man? What's going on? Anything going on personal life?
Man, trying to get my 5-year-old daughter to the gym as much as possible. Get her to start being a
She's going to be a future player?
Yeah. She thinks she's a coach right now, though. She sits on the bench, and she wants to be a coach right now, so we got to start shifting her to being a player.
All right. Now, as I understand it, she thinks Lauren Pino, who's your senior guard, she thinks she's the best player, huh?
She thinks Lauren Pino's the best player in the world. That's her statement. So it's pretty neat. Lauren treats her great. I know it's probably not super fun to have a 5-year-old chasing you around all the time, but Lauren's really good about it, and I would love for Jillian to look up and end up playing like Lauren someday.
All right, man. And finally before we get out of here, as you guys are trying to get a decent seed and head into playoffs, what any player that's kind of progressed really well for you, or that's raised your expectations of them?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, they all have. They've all raised their expectations. But Jaden Jones, she played for us quite a bit last year, got some good playing time, but she's kind of a good rebounder. And this year she's turned into the number 2 scorer in the track. Really a dominant player as a sophomore. So
absolutely, you're right, sophomore, and you see more room for improvement. With
absolutely,
her.
Yeah. I think she has a bright future.
All right, man. I think the Bears have a bright future, too. I'm putting my stake on it. You guys will be pretty good here in the next year or two. Well, Cooper Steele, thanks for coming on board, man.
Appreciate
it. Stick around, guys. We got the starting five of the Buchanan girls varsity coming up here in a minute. Great interview. You don't want to miss it.
I'm Derek Carr. You're trying to get to college, make sure you check out Central Valley Sports Report.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the CVSR show. I'm now joined by a great group of young girls, the starting five from the Buchanan Bears girls varsity team. And we'll start with the lengthy introduction process starting right here. Anaya Sperling, she's a freshman. We got Bree Wellington, a junior guard. Lauren Pino, senior guard. Jaden Jones, who's a sophomore. And Janae Mayberry, who's also a sophomore. And I'm going to start way over here on this side with Lauren. She's the lone senior. Now, Lauren, you're the only girl out of these four that doesn't do track. The rest of the girls all play basketball and do track. Have you ever thought about doing track, maybe spending more time with the girls?
Yeah, I have thought about it, but basketball is like my main sport, so I decided to focus on that.
Okay, you don't want to spend too much time with them. I could see that. So you're a senior now. What are your plans after high school?
I'm probably going to play ball in college somewhere. I haven't decided yet.
Anything in particular? Any school in particular?
Probably a city college in Fresno somewhere. Then I'll probably transfer to a 4-year.
Okay. Real quick, just discuss your time at Buchanan. How's it been?
It's been awesome. I transferred to Buchanan my freshman year, and I've made so many friends and so many sisters on this team, and it's just been awesome, and I'm so glad that I came and have been able to experience this whole thing.
Awesome. All right, so we're going to go over here next to Bree Wellington, who is a big dancer from what I hear. What is this? You got some moves?
Well, I just kind of freestyle. Before a game, I just like to get my team pumped up. So I just kind of act goofy or act funny, and we all just come in, and it makes us relax a little bit more instead of being so stressful.
Okay. Talk about the time you spend with these four girls and Lauren as well. I mean, on the court and on the track and field. I mean, are you guys just like one big group of sisters?
Yeah, it really is. I don't have an older sister, so my 3 seniors are mostly my older sisters. I think of them as older sisters. So coming in this team, it's like I walk in the gym and I'm like, yes, I get to be with them. And it's so fun. They're always goofy and fun. It's a great experience.
Awesome. That's all right. So let's give the microphone to Anaya Sperling. Now, Anaya, you are the youngest of the Sperling dynasty at Buchanan.
Yes.
Is that right? Explain this a little bit.
Okay, well, my brother played at Fresno State for 2 years, and then he transferred to Humboldt State, and he was there for 2 years also. And then he came home, and then he went overseas. And then he came home again, and then he went overseas again, and now he's home, and he's back at Humboldt now, and he's the the head coach of the high school varsity team.
Awesome, and you have a sister too, right?
Yeah, Alexis Sperling. She plays for Cal State University, Monterey Bay.
Awesome, man. You got a talented family.
I
there.
do.
Now you're a freshman. starting in the starting five
Yes.
on the girls varsity. How has it been, and what is the difference between middle school level jumping right into freshman or jumping right into varsity?
It's a really cool experience being able to start with all 4 of these girls, and the jump from 8th grade to freshman year is it's a big difference. The pace is much faster in high school basketball than it is in middle school.
Right.
And there's a lot bigger girls, stronger girls, and it's just a lot tougher.
All right, well, keep it up. I'm sure you're doing a great job from what I hear from Coach. Now, Jaden Jones, sophomore, class clown, and we also hear that you're pretty loud. That's from what Coach says.
Yeah, I love to be loud and talk and yell.
Are you the one keeping the team loose when you guys are getting ready pregame and postgame?
Yeah, I try to have a lot of energy to pump them up before the game, because when we're all pumped up and just scream and yell and have fun, that's just easier to play with them like that. And I think that's what makes us bond more together, is when we're all loud and excited and it gets us just all pumped up.
Now, you guys outside of the court, you love to hang out together, and you guys love to eat. Is that right?
Yeah, we always eat. Our main place is probably Wingstop, and we go there literally like once a week, which is probably not that great, but we still do. And Denny's is probably another one.
All right, well, there's some good promos for Wingstop and Denny's. Jaden, the number 2 scorer in the track as a sophomore. Well, you got a couple more years to kill it. And we're going to end off with here Janae, who's a sophomore as well. Dad's an assistant, but we got to talk about this story that you had about that involves a fist bump. Tell us about this.
Okay, so before every practice, we have to give the coaches a fist bump before and after practice. And I was just not having a good practice, and it was just not good. And after practice, I was upset with my dad, and I didn't give him a fist bump, and I had to walk home.
He made you walk home?
Yeah, but I found a ride, so it's okay.
Oh, well, that's good. What else does Dad make you do? How does he punish you?
Well, we kind of figured out that I need to leave whenever I'm mad at him, like inside the court, so we're happy outside of the court, and we're back to normal, but inside the court we can be mad at each other.
All right, well, there you go. Janae, real quick, while you have the microphone, you know, you guys playing in the track, you know, tough competition. Clovis West is such a tough team. What's it like playing against them? Are you guys intimidated at all about them, you know, being, you know, underclassmen, or how do you handle that?
No, I feel like we should always go into every game not knowing we know what they're going to do, and if we stick to our game plan, then we can get through anything.
Awesome, that's a great game plan. Girls, real quick, send us out. What's the pregame ritual you do?
Ready? Get it.
All right, awesome, girls. Thank you for coming on the show. The Buchanan Bears girls varsity start.
This is a new one we got. It's called the Italian Celebration. I saw it from the Denver Nuggets with Danilo Gallinari. Everybody on the bench just stands up, gives a little bit of this.
One of these tutamad.
Yeah, you see it. We also got some other ones. You know, we got the fire in the hole.